Many Democrat lawmakers have high hopes that Biden's Build Back Better stimulus package bill will pass quickly in the Senate. Others say this bill is going to be changed significantly. Biden announces several new billion-dollar programs, and a group of sheriffs tell Biden it's time for new leadership at the border crisis. All of this and more in today's news update. Hello and welcome to today's November 22nd Daily News Report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. You watch this channel because I tell you the truth about what's going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, Biden's Build Back Better stimulus package, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, now, happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Don't forget to take 20 seconds to enter your name and email to be one of the 24 people that will win $250 in cash, or one of the 10 that will win $500 in cash, for a total of $11,000 in prizes and 34 winners. That will be ending soon, and there's no strings attached on how to spend that money. I also want to thank today's video sponsor, Audible, and I'm going to tell you about an amazing free deal they have for my community later in this video. Democrat lawmakers spent the weekend patting themselves on the back for passing the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better stimulus package bill. This morning, however, many are worried that the Senate will chop out many parts of the deal, or add back in other parts of the deal, or make swaps on different programs in order to make the bill what the Senate wants. Now, Brian Deese, the director of the White House National Economic Council, said he is optimistic this bill is going to pass the Senate and only get better before it lands on President Biden's desk. He said Democrats have a new momentum in Washington, D.C., and they're going to capitalize on it. Here's a quote from him. He said, "I expect that we will move to the Senate and we'll have lots of momentum. We'll work through the congressional process. We'll work to get a bill through the Senate. We need 50 votes, and then we'll go back to the House and to the president's desk." So even though Mr. Deese sounds really optimistic and rosy, the fact that he said that it will come back to the House before it hits the president's desk tells me that he actually believes that the bill is going to undergo major changes that will force it back into the House of Representatives before it goes to the president's desk. So it's little wording like that tells you what they're really thinking. Now, Democrat Senator John Tester of Montana actually expects to make several changes to the bill before it's voted on. He said, "We don't all see the world the same way, so let's negotiate. Let's come up with a bill that lowers the costs for families and cuts taxes and gets things done to help move the economy forward so we can stay the premier power of the world." So in his mind, he wants to see things that lower costs for families, actually cut taxes, and gets things moving so that we can remain a superpower. Okay, now I have a lot more to tell you about this spending package, DC news, and the U.S. economy, but let me take just 60 seconds to tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Audible. Casey and I have been using Audible to listen to audiobooks for over 6 years now. Audible helps us get through more titles because we can listen while we drive or put away laundry. Recently, we started having our son Gavin use Audible. He's enjoyed listening to audiobooks during his free time, and we just love having great conversations with him. Audible also has podcasts, meditations, and Audible originals through their Audible Plus catalog. Now, with the holidays around the corner, Audible has a special offer of 3 months for 60% off, so you could treat yourself or someone you love to a great book. For example, I just got the book Who, Not How, based on a recommendation from a good friend of mine. For my community members, Audible has made a very generous offer. They're going to give you a free 30-day trial. So go to audible.com/Stephen Gardner or text Stephen Gardner to 500-500 to get your free trial. What a great time to get a free book and fall in love with this app like Casey and I have. Now, make sure to go get your free trial right now, and I'll make sure to leave a link below. Many in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party know the biggest hurdles in Washington, D.C. will be Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. On a side note, Sinema is polling terribly with Democrats in the state of Arizona, and it's been discovered recently that her biggest donors right now are actually Republican-backed businesses, suggesting Republicans may be trying to sway her to switch parties. Now, this is rare, but it does happen where people switch parties. Honestly, I don't think she stands a chance of re-election as a Democrat in Arizona, so it wouldn't shock me to see her switch parties just to stay in power in Washington, D.C. All right, now there are several programs and billions for immigration that will likely be removed from this bill. Also, the paid paternity leave that Pelosi decided to add back in last minute will also likely be removed. It does appear, however, that Pelosi's $200 million for a new park is still in the bill. So some of you had asked about that, and that's in. Now, we were promised this bill would cost $1.75 trillion. In fact, we were told it would cost zero, right? What a great bill. But according to the Congressional Budget Office's scorekeepers, they came out over the weekend and said this bill will actually cost $2.4 trillion and will likely require that down the road, taxes will have to go up in order to cover the difference in cost. Senator Ron Johnson said he wished the American people could really see this bill for what it is. It's a future tax on the middle class and low-income families. He said these higher taxes will be passed on in the form of higher prices to the consumer and lower wages to the worker. There just won't be extra money, so they'll have to cut it from both sides. Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he is confident he will get the 50 Democrat votes and the tiebreaker vote needed in order to push Biden's agenda forward. The second richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, said that Amazon does not take sides on political issues. He also announced this morning that he'll be donating $100 million to the Obama Foundation. Perhaps he wants to be seen as charitable, perhaps he needs future political favors, or perhaps he wants a wing of the Obama Library named after himself. But either way, this was in the news, right? Okay, now the White House has announced a new multi-billion-dollar program to help curb COVID and help the unvaccinated. Biden wants to spend $5.25 billion on Pfizer's new COVID pill. He also wants to spend $1 billion with GlaxoSmithKline for their monoclonal antibody treatment, and wants to spend billions and billions of dollars with Merck and Eli Lilly for their therapies and their pill treatment. I could not find the amount that he wants to spend with them, but many articles said billions, so I'm guessing it's multiple billions. 17 states, backed by the Western State Sheriff Association, have submitted a letter of no confidence to President Biden regarding Department of Homeland Security head Alejandro Mayorkas. The sheriffs say under Mayorkas and Vice President Harris, 1.75 million illegal immigrants have come into the country, many with COVID, many with drugs, many with criminal pasts, and many with abandoned children. They say Mayorkas has no plan to protect the southern border and fear that next year will be even worse if President Biden doesn't take action. For all of these reasons, they say they have no confidence in the border crisis situation as it stands right now. Speaking of Kamala Harris, 2 of her top staffers announced that they are resigning, saying that they can't work in their positions anymore, but will move to other positions within Washington, D.C. It was announced this morning that President Biden has decided to keep Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell as the head of the Fed. He wants to keep things consistent during these difficult times. There are mixed feelings because in the beginning, people loved Jerome Powell because he encouraged so much stimulus and bought so much Wall Street paper to create liquidity in the stock market when it was dropping. But now many blame Jerome Powell for misleading the people and the U.S. president that inflation would be temporary. In the end, I think they decided to keep him because he's very open to printing the U.S. dollar into infinity. In national news, 195 Republican lawmakers in the House and 50 Senate lawmakers are fighting the White House to nullify the forced vaccine mandate. A federal court has officially blocked the mandate and said that it was grossly overreaching. However, a new panel of judges are going to review the other judges' judgment to see if their judgment was judged judiciously. In layman terms, they're going to see whether they agree or disagree with the original judge's rulings. A truck driver association with 2.5 million truckers as members told the White House over the weekend that if they are forced to be vaccinated, they will quit in mass and screw up Biden's entire economic recovery. We depend on truckers for everything, so this is no light message to the White House or to any of us. Also, the only Navy shipping yard in the country had so many employees with rare talents and skill sets threatened to quit that the shipyard was forced to back off their forced internal mandates when it came to vaccination status. There has been so much written in the past week or so about Biden and Harris's relationship and how it will affect the 2022 election cycle that President Biden announced in order to curb worries within the country and within the Democrat Party that he promises to run for president again in 2024. What a relief, right? I was starting to lose sleep over whether he would run again or not, and I'm sure many of you were as well. So I guess the election strategist that didn't know whether to spend time or money on Vice President Kamala Harris doesn't have to worry anymore because Biden promises to run for president in 2024. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really, really appreciate it, and I just love bringing you the news. All right, now speaking of Biden, Beto O'Rourke down in Texas is running for governor. He failed to win the seat as a senator. He also failed to become president. But this time he says he has a new message for the citizens of Texas, and he believes they'll appreciate it. His promise is to take away their guns in order to help the people of Texas feel safe again. He also said he doesn't want President Biden coming to Texas to help him campaign. He said Biden's help likely lost Virginia, the governor's seat, so he wants to do this on his own and with his own message. Again, that message to the people of Texas is he will take your guns in order to make you feel safe. You guys, I can't make this stuff up. You can look it up for yourself. That's his campaign slogan. All right, now a major tragedy happened over the weekend in Wisconsin. A man decided to ram his car through a group of people at a holiday gathering in the town of Waukesha, Wisconsin. The man has been caught and arrested, but sadly 5 people were killed due to his actions, and close to 40 were sent to the hospital, with 18 of those being young children. Now, a Democrat lawmaker in Illinois named Mary Lemansky is getting some serious pushback for a tweet she tweeted. She tweeted, "This tragic event was karma on the state of Wisconsin for the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict." She has since been chastised and taken down the tweet. I know some of you liked the verdict from the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and some of you hated it. But to say that these 5 dead people and all of these injured children and adults is karma is a pretty low blow. So I'm glad that she took that message down. I'm wishing very good things on this family and also on this town as they try to heal from this horrific tragedy. Humans can be so amazing and so awful at the same time. Be amazing, you guys. We're going through a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot of political division. So just everybody is here going through their own journey as a human. So try to be kind and patient the best that you can. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before you go, do make sure to get your name added to be one of the winners of the $11,000 that Casey and I are giving away. 24 people are going to win $250, and 10 of you are going to win $500 in cash, and you can do whatever you want with that money. Also, click that link below for Audible. Check out their huge selection of audiobooks and take advantage of that free 30-day trial. It's awesome. I love Audible, so you will too. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.